Okay, so this was the cookie tray art, and what I did was import the original, and then kept a piece of it or two, and then I cloned some of that stuff and just changed the layers so I could add my own layers, and we got rid of the cut because all we're paying attention to is the engraving. So on the left here I've got a piece of 12 by 12 3/16 thick cast acrylic, and I've got the paper peeled off. And on the right I've got a 12 by 12 3/16 or so 3-ply birch with a little bit of a crown in it. So the artwork at the top is going to be the Thunder, the settings that we put in, and I actually used the 100-watt library. I've got an 80-watt machine, but I wanted these settings to be right when I send them back to the client since he has a 100-watt machine. So my results are going to vary just a little bit. He's probably going to be too hot, and he'll probably want to turn the power down or increase the speed, which would be my preference. So let's take a look. So it's already started. It's still on the original artwork, and the original artwork settings for the raster were 400 millimeters per second. Let me go back over here. 400 millimeters per second, 17 power. Let me get the camera control. Let me close this window and get camera control back on so you can. I got to turn the camera off in Lightburn when I run it on my OBS, and I've got a solution for that, but it's a little buggy right now. So anyway, the settings on the original stuff are 400 millimeters per second, 17 speed, or power rather, and line interval of 0.054. And the settings that we put in are 700 millimeters per second, 31% power, and there's a reason for that banding article in the support portal. I wanted to make sure that we were above the ionization threshold where it was stabilized and you had a good Gaussian beam coming out. And we set our line interval at 0.08, which is pretty much default, and also focused 7 millimeters above the material so that we're 1 millimeter out of focus to soften the beam just a bit. And we're using a marginal amount of air. The less air you use on acrylic, usually the better it looks. But you definitely want to maintain positive pressure inside the nozzle so that you can help protect the lens. And it's got a little ways to go. So I'll let it finish, and then we'll look at the results up close and personal and compare and see how it looks.